So, TJ Michaels, how's it going today?
It's going fabulous. A little funky out today. It's been gorgeous, but fine.
Alright, so let's get on to the meat and potatoes of this. You give credit to your son for asking about the big book you wrote when he was little.
That would be you.
Does your kids read your books, and are you or them or both embarrassed by the steamy scenes you write?
So, do we... Actually, I'll just make this a short answer. Yes. As a matter of fact, one of the ideas that I went to my son, he's doing this interview for me, in Sarati's Flame, Vampire Council of Ethics, I went to my son one day and I was like, okay, I need an idea for this character. He's getting all worked up about this girl, and he needs to think of something, because he's in the middle of a meeting. He needs to think of something that just makes all the desire go away. And my son looked at me and said, old people sex. Wait, old people sex in the shower. And immediately we all just went, ew. And yes, it made it into the book. So I do discuss book ideas with both my kids, both my son and my daughter. My kids are grown, which is awesome. And they give me ideas with titles and plot and all that kind of stuff. And there's no embarrassment, because they were always raised with the truth that, you know, it's a body. Everybody has one. You're just not that special. So there's no taboo or weirdness, you know, about sexual stuff in my house.
That's always a good answer. Can you tell us a little about how you build your worlds of your books, the dynamics, for example, like of the vastness of the Vampire Council of Ethics series?
Actually, you know, I sat down one day and I was thinking about, you know, if I wanted to build a story, you know, it needed to have a full world to it. You know, we needed to know their customs, their beliefs, their government, who are the good guys, who are the bad guys, you know, that kind of stuff. So with the Vampire Council of Ethics, I also threw into it my work. I work in the biotech and pharmaceutical industry, and I have for years and years and years. So that's actually where I got the science for the Vampire Council of Ethics, because I didn't want dead vampires. Just ew. Sorry, that's my personal thing. I don't want to have sex with somebody dead. It squicks me out. So I was able to take some science from some real life gene therapy, write it into the books. So that's how I build worlds. I try to take something real and just spin it in my own little way, so that it feels complete when you're reading it.
That's awesome. That's what we like to hear. Is so a little sidetrack here, going away from the books and more to like the book themes. Everyone's talking about the costumes they'll be wearing at AAD in Savannah. What's you want to give us a little information on that? Vampire elementals. Yeah, we don't keep that in there. Let's make sure everybody.
After dark. So I am on the vampire court, which is cool. But you know, I'm not gonna go as a. I wanted to do something a little different. So I'm going as a death dealer, as an underworld Celine, kick-ass death dealer. That's all I'm giving on that costume. Looking forward to the elemental ball. Of course, the elements, you know, fire, water, wind, that kind of stuff. And I'm going as ice, which is a type of water. And it's going to be fun. And as a matter of fact, I was on the phone just yesterday with another awesome author who is like the costume goddess, and got some great ideas. So I am totally thrilled of what I'm cooking up for you in the costume department. But that's all you get.
Alright. We don't want to spoil them too much here with too many goodies. So
I need to wipe my eyes here.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you don't have to pause it.
Yeah, let's edit that out. It's an editing time because there's fingers in the camera and she's wiping her eyes.
Wow.
You put those in the bleepers one day. You have to go back and make a TJ Michaels interview bloopers in like 5 years.
Okay. Alright. Now what was the next one?
The next one out is on, have you been to Savannah before?
Okay. Did you already ask the question?
No, not yet.
Go ahead.
Okay, alright. So, have you been to Savannah before? If so, what was the first time like? Like, what'd you see? If you haven't been, what do you want to do there? What's going on in Savannah?
Savannah, I love Savannah, and actually I'm going to tell a story on you, because when you were, gosh, 8, we used to drive down from Savannah during the time that we lived in the South, which was, just a couple of years. But one of my favorite places to go in Savannah is a place called the Crab Shack. Yes, I am going to go and be naughty there, and I will try to drag as many of you with me as possible. But funniest thing in Savannah, they have an awesome riverfront, boardwalk. And when you were 8, we were walking down that boardwalk, and there was a guy standing there. It looked like a statue. He was completely painted in it looked like cement, and he just didn't move. And you actually walked up to that guy, and you went to touch like his sleeve, and he moved just a little bit, and everyone in the immediate vicinity, including you, screamed, and it was the funniest damn thing. It was hilarious. So I think my favorite thing is the Crab Shack and the boardwalk. There's a lot of great food there. I plan to gain about 10 pounds if possible. Just lots to see, and that country charm, you just really can't beat the South for charm.
Indeed, that's definitely true. Alright, well, lastly, if vampires and shifters were real, which one would you rather hang out with? Is there a bias here? Which one's your favorite?
Okay,
and who gets kicked to the curb?
That's hard because I write both. I write lion and jaguar shifters who are badass, and I write vampires. That's a tough one. But I will say this: if my vampires, now in the Vampire Council of Ethics, they don't have the ability to glamour you and all this stuff. They can influence you a little bit, and with a lot of, I'll say, experience and control, they can invade your mind. Yes, but man, that's hard.
If you have to flip a coin, is it flip a coin?
Flip a coin. Yeah, because with the vampires and shifters, they're both very long-lived. I think I'm gonna have to go for shifter right now.
All right, people. You heard it here first. TJ Michaels has a bias against vampires.
Really?
And prefers shifters.
Sure.
I happen to say I agree with this bias. I love shifters. Alright, let's continue here.
Well, my shifters are African lions and jaguars and, stuff like that. So, if I can prowl around at night and be, look like this and do my day job in the daytime, I'm cool. My vampires, they can come out in the daylight, but they have, sun and silver allergies that they have to control with drugs. So, I'd rather skip taking the vampire Motrin and just be a shifter.
Right, nobody likes that medical stuff. Alright, well, thanks so much for stopping by the Book Nymphos. We're looking forward to seeing you again. Looking forward to also seeing you and all your fans and friends at AAD this year in Savannah.
AAD! AAD! AAD!